Okay. Welcome everybody. We are ready to start. Can you hear me? Yeah? Can you see the screen? Yeah? Everything is okay. Okay. My name is Letizia De Monte. I work at the career service of your university, and I'm the person in charge of internships. Today's meeting will be held as follows. The first hour, let's say, will be held by me. We will talk about what the career service is, what the career service offers, and we will deal with internships. We will get to know everything about internships. And the second part of the meeting will be held by my colleague, Francesca D'Ascanio. She's in charge of the assessment center in Bovisa Lambruschini campus, and she will tell you everything about how to make a good CV, a good portfolio, and to take a good job interview. So this will be the two parts. We're supposed to be over with midday. Probably we will be 10 minutes later, but we will try to be as fast as possible. In any case, I would like this meeting to be as much interactive as possible. So in any time you feel you need to have more explanation about anything we will deal with, just raise your hand, stop me, and we will discuss the topic, okay? So let's start from the very beginning, what the career service is. So we're the service acting as a bridge between our students and graduates and the job market. What does it mean? It means that on one side, so on the side of the job market, what we do is telling companies, firms, institutions, organizations, any kind of possible, of potential employer, which profiles they are able to find at Politecnico di Milano, which is the educational offer at Politecnico di Milano, what they're not supposed to find at Politecnico di Milano. On the other side, what we do is telling you what the job market is. So which offers, which profiles, which kind of contracts, which kind of stipends you're supposed to have right after your graduation. But for you to be able to understand which are your job perspectives, which are your career perspectives right after graduation, you need to get to know about this well before your graduation. That's the reason why we're here today. Internship, so for example, the compulsory one you will be taking in the second semester or in the first semester of this year, is one of the best ways to get to know the job market well before you graduate. And that's our purpose. So give you, as much as possible, a way or as many tools as possible to understand the job market and try to decide what to do or which are the best paths for your career before you graduate. Is that clear enough? Okay. How do we do that? Everything is summarized on our website, so www.careerservice.polimi.it. Today we're not going to use the online version of the website. You know the Wi-Fi at Polimi, so what we're going to do is to see some screenshots I try to represent here with the most important sections and the most important services on our website. This is our homepage, okay? So you see it is divided in labels with all the services and like the events or the companies which most recently have done something on our website. This is not a static homepage. This is a homepage changing every minute, depending on the actions of the companies on our website. So the companies you see here are those who have most recently, for example, posted a job offer or an internship offer, or who have most recently decided to join one of our on-campus events. We will soon see what it means. We give two kinds of services. The first kind are online services. The second kind are offline services. So the first kind of tools, you can use them directly on our website. The second one must be used in person, okay, physically, and we will see how. The very first section of our website to be used is the news and tools section. Can you see it? Is the one on the left side of the page. News and tools, and inside the news and tools section, you find the career resources section. That is the very beginning for any kind of job search, of internship search, any kind of approach to the job market. Why? Because it helps you get a good CV, a good portfolio, and tips for a job interview ready. Unless you have a valid CV, unless you have a valid portfolio, unless you have a portfolio in general, your application to any kind of company is unuseful, okay? So I want you to understand this topic, because several times it happens you are sending applications without a portfolio. What is a designer without a portfolio? How can a company understand what I am practically able to do without my portfolio? So be very careful. Do not just send CVs without any even online link to a portfolio, to a summary of your works. It is very, very important. It often happens, companies are contacting us telling they're not sending portfolios. How can I evaluate them? And that's the truth. But they won't be asking you to send a portfolio. They will just reject the application. So very first step, before even starting to look for an internship, is getting the basis of a job search ready. So CV and portfolio. I won't go deeper into this aspect. My colleague Francesca will tell you more about this after me, but I want you to know, without this, don't even go further. Second, online tools. Our job and internship board. What is it? You see it? It's the third label on the left, or the fourth on the right, as you prefer. What is it? This is a board in which companies, firms, institutions, organizations are posting daily offers. It means these are not solicited offers. So we're not going to companies telling them, can you please post an internship offer? No. They're doing it, but without any need to be solicited. They are all unsolicited offers. They are real needs of the company, of the firm posting the offer. And as you can see, daily, you can see your subject area, so the one representing your study courses, changing the number of offers available. Why? Because every offer has an expiring date. So on our board, you see the post date of the offer. In about 30 days maximum, that offer is supposed to expire. If you really like that offer, do not wait the last day to apply, but try to do it in about 1 to 2 days. So that's the reason why you should check our board at least 2 to 3 times a week. Because if the company receives, I will say, like 50 applications in about 1 day, they will remove the offer, and you will not be able to apply anymore. So if you're really interested, get CV and portfolio ready well before, and use them to apply as soon as possible. You see, I checked some flags, some filters on the board, because at the time being, you're supposed to be students. So the kind of offers you can apply for now are only internships offer. You cannot apply for job offers for mainly two reasons. The first one is according to your study plan, according to the number of classes, of hours, of other kind of related activities you have to take, you're not supposed to be able to carry out a full-time job. And in Italy especially, part-time jobs are not that frequent. The second reason is, especially for extra-U students, companies cannot hire you with a job contract before graduating, or better, they can do it, but the path to get there is a very hard one. So probably to solve the situation, they will offer you an internship before graduation to change the contract to a real job one after graduation. Do you understand? Okay. So the flags to be used to apply through our job and internship board at the moment are, regarding the type of contract, internships. Regarding your conditions or your level of experience, student and graduating student, you can use both. About your study field, your subject area, we have communication, digital and interaction design, which are to be used by the students of communication design and digital and interaction design. At the moment they are together because we still don't have graduates from digital and interaction design, but then we will go to divide the two subject areas, okay? Second area, design and engineering. How many students from design and engineering right here today? Okay, only one. Okay, good. Product design, which contains both the bachelor degree and the master's degree dealing with product design, so product for innovation, integrated product design, and so on. Then we have product service system design. How many students from product service? Good. Okay. Then we have fashion design. How many? Okay. And interior design. How many? Okay, a lot. We also have yacht and cruising vessel design. I don't think we have any student here because they're supposed to be in Genoa, okay? So, after graduation, you will be able to use all the filters you want, even those not strictly dealing with your subject area. But till graduation, you can only apply for internships of your subject area. Do you understand? Any question about this? Okay. Some samples of offers you have available on our board at the moment. I tried to take one for each subject area. So the first one, for example, is a fashion design internship. The second one is an interior design internship. The third one is a design and engineering internship. And the fourth one is a communication and digital or interaction design internship. Okay, you have a lot at the moment, so just check the board and try to apply if you're interested. But another thing I would like you to tell is, in case you're not able to apply because, let's say the company has indicated one subject area but not yours, but you think that that offer is really connected to your study course, do not just say, oh, what a pity. No, write an email to us, to the career service, and tell, is that possible that this offer is open also to my subject area? If it is a job offer, we cannot translate it into an internship, so unfortunately you're not able to apply. But if it is, let's say, a product design internship, and you're from product service system design, and you think it is suitable for you also, you can write an email to us. We need your help also in making our job and internship board as better as possible in terms of feedback from you, in terms of profiles, of contents of the offers, but also in case you receive an offer, being in a job or an internship one, not really correspondent to what was written in the offer itself, or in case you have any trouble, any problem during your internship, in case the nature of internship is not intended by the company itself, do not wait the end of the experience to tell us. Tell us well before. We will be able to help. And also, we will be able to understand the real value of the offer we are posting and to monitor the action of the company to see whether it is worth or not. Do you understand? Okay. You're the only way we have to receive a feedback on our offers. So I would like you to cooperate with us in these terms. Okay? Next online tool. This is the employers section of our website. This is another way to make your own idea about the job market for a specific study course, subject area, or in a specific sector. The employers section contains all the companies registered on our website, and there are more than 40,000 at the moment, who decided to flag fashion design or fashion and luxury sector as their target. So you can scroll the list. You can visit the website of the company. You can see, even if they don't have an offer posted on our website at the moment, they might have other on their website directly. You know, companies, especially the bigger one, at the moment have an HR section on their website. It might be global or local. It might be called Join Us, Work With Us, Careers, Human Resources, in any kind. That is another way to look also for internships or jobs opportunities. We cannot collect, especially not regarding with regards to Italy, but especially with regards to foreign countries, we are not able to collect all the available internship and job offers. So this is another way to especially work globally in looking for your career opportunities. So first way to look for an internship or a job is the job and internship board. Second way is browsing the company's website directly. So in the previous screen, you see the companies divided for subject of interest. In the second one, divided for sectors they are working in. Okay? This is another online tool we have, our Facebook page, which I suggest you to follow, not because we need followers, but because this is the way we communicate to you any important news, any important offer expiring, which needs more applications, for example, any important event you should join, any kind of counsel, any kind of advice about applications, any special program, any deadline. So it's like your own diary, your own agenda dealing with your career. So in case you don't have the time to look on our website, you will receive our Facebook updates. So if you're interested, this is a good way. Let's now go to the offline services. The first, the most important one is, or better, are our on-campus events. Has anybody ever joined one of our campus events? No, no one. Okay. Our on-campus events are held in any, I would say, of the campus of Politecnico. So we're even going to Lecco campus or Cremona campus, for example. It depends from event to event. We have almost one event per day, and you can see it, for example, on our calendar. Every blue day is a day with an event on campus. You just need to scroll the calendar of the month and see which events are suitable for your target, or even the ones who should not be suitable but you might be interested in. You can apply, you can register. You should do it at least 15 days before the event takes place, because in some cases the companies joining the events are willing to receive the CVs of the participants before and make a kind of selection of short lists of the participants. It's kind of first step of selection process. We do not only have recruiting events, so not only companies come into campus for recruiting purposes, for taking students, for intaking students or graduates, but we also have counseling events. So companies come into campus to tell you, to give you a feedback, for example, on your CV, on your portfolio, to take mock interviews with you. So we have any kind of suitable event. Sometimes we also have events taken from the career service itself, like any kind of counseling events held at our assessment center. I will soon tell you about this. Then we have 3 bigger events, which are the Career Day, the International Job Fair, and the Small and Medium-Sized Enterprise Day. The next one will be the International Job Fair, which will be held on October the 11th in Bovisa Lambruschini campus. A lot of companies are coming here for designers. So I wouldn't miss the opportunity if I were you. In this case, you will find all the tools, all the tips to join the event on our website, and especially what you will need is a CV for each company you are interested in. Even if it is not a company defining designers as their target, it is not said you cannot meet the referent, okay, at the stand. It will be all day long, so I think you have time, even in your lunch break, to meet some company. 50 companies coming this year. They're a lot, from all over the world, from United States to Europe. The second bigger one will be in November, so the Small and Medium-Sized Enterprise Day in Bovisa Lambruschini as well. The third one is the Career Day in May, 100 companies from Italy and some international also. Everything always on our website. The Assessment Center, another offline tool. At the moment, we only have one in Bovisa Lambruschini campus. We're soon going to open another one in Leonardo campus, and possibly in the future, where we hope to open one also here. What do we do at the Assessment Center? You have a counselor in it. You can check your CV. You can take mock interviews. You can discuss about your possible career path, how to move. You can discuss about, I have to take an interview, can you give me any kind of suggestion? Or I received this kind of feedback from this application, can you give me an idea of the reason? Okay, so you don't need to take any appointment. It's open all day long, 9:30 to 17:30, except lunch break. And just walk in, okay? I know it's in Lambruschini campus, but it's not that far, okay? for the moment. We'll see what happens in the future. And you will meet, after me, my colleague working there. So, just to summarize what we have said till now, I think you understand we cannot make a matching between any of you and a company, even the desired one. What we can do is to try to offer you as much offers as possible, as many employers as possible on campus, to make you understand the situation, have as many opportunities as possible, make networking, and gather any kind of important information. So this is our mission, okay? Do you understand it? Is it clear enough? Okay, good. Before skipping to internships, second part of my speech, any question? No questions. So we can skip to compulsory internships. You're ready to discuss about this boring topic. Okay, let's go to this. So this is the path to go internship. The very first step you see is to get to know regulations about internships. We will see how, which tools you have. We will see some regulations even now to discuss about this. The second step is to look for internships. We have seen how, so our board, the employer section, and any other kind of way we will see. Then you need to activate an internship. This is the bureaucracy in the track. Then you need to carry out your internship. And at the end, in the case of the compulsory internship, you need to get it recognized. Only in case of the compulsory internship. So the one for CFUs in your study plan. Okay? Let's start from the regulations. About your compulsory internship, the basis of the regulations are on the school website. That is the link. There you will find anything about your compulsory internship, especially when you can take it, the duration, where you can take it, which are the person in charge of internships, and how to activate it. The timing to activate it. So very first step is to browse, but not only browse, read carefully the school website about internship regulations. What is an internship? Is that a job contract, according to you? Who says yes? Who says no? Yes? Who says it's a job contract down there? Okay. Okay. Internship, I'm sorry to tell you, is not a job contract. It's an educational activity. It is not considered as a job contract, not even outside Italy. It's a way to counsel yourself in the job market. It's a way to move yourself in the job market, but it's not a job contract. It's a short-term experience. We will see in the length of an internship, the normal length. It's a training occasion. That's why you need supervision inside the company. You cannot work alone. You're not a freelancer. You need a very focused supervision. And it is the most frequent way to enter the job market, both in Italy and outside Italy. You know, before internships were born, in the job contracts we used to have a trial period. It was 3 months or 6 months, and the person was like observed during that period, and then the company used to decide whether to keep the person or to leave it. At the moment, we do not have that period anymore. We have internships. So this is the way the company tries you out and decides whether to keep you or not. According to our experience, this is really how it works. So we have the highest percentage of companies offering an internship, then translating it into a real job contract, especially after graduation, not the compulsory one, even though it often happens the compulsory one gets to a contract, but in most cases after graduation the first internship is not followed by a second one. It soon becomes a real job contract in the same company or in another one. For non-Italian speakers, it's a way to improve your knowledge of Italian language, especially if you decide to take it in Italy. Okay, I know you're laughing at the moment, but the point is, if you're planning to live and work in Italy after graduation, learning Italian is necessary. Maybe not in firms, but in companies, you will need to know a little bit of Italian, especially if one of your activities in your job is dealing with customers. They're not always customers coming from outside Italy. They're mainly Italian customers, so you need to know a little bit of Italian. That's why our suggestion as Career Service is always to start right now learning a little bit of Italian. On our board, you will find both offers described in Italian and offers described in English. Sometimes those described in English are offers which do not require the knowledge of Italian language, but in most cases, if they are in Italian, they need the knowledge of Italian language. Okay, so this is a suggestion. In, I would say, a lot of cases at the moment, taking an internship before graduation is also a way to get some benefit in terms of money, basically. Because even though in Italy regulations do not foresee necessarily that companies give you an allowance, in any case, a lot of, especially bigger companies, but at the moment even firms, are giving you a monthly allowance. So let's say that this might be a plus, okay, an interesting one, to get some money doing something useful for your future before graduation. This is something which summarizes everything you should know about internships. So, first of all, let me go back. I'm talking about internships. Can you understand internships? Stage, tirocinio are the same thing? It is not a matter of difference between the terms. The terms mean the same thing. The difference lays in the type of internship. We have 3 types of internships. The first one is the compulsory one, the one you need to take to graduate. The second one is the non-compulsory one, which is the internship you can take before graduation. You can take even more than one non-compulsory before graduation, which doesn't give you any kind of credit, but it's experience to enrich your CV. The third type, it's a non-compulsory but post-graduation, called extracurricular. Okay, the only kind of extracurricular internship is the one post-graduation. Do not tell companies that before graduation you can take an extracurricular, because that will mean, okay, I won't offer, because extracurricular internships have a lot of regulations, even very strict ones, while the non-compulsory before graduation don't have. So The one before graduation is curricular, the one after graduation is extracurricular, only that one, okay? Sometimes it happens companies are calling us telling he needs to, or she needs to take an extracurricular, but is he a student? Yes, so it's not extracurricular, it's curricular. Oh, thank you. Okay, because they are a little bit feared by extracurricular internships, okay? So use the terms in the good way, for your purpose, okay? About the length, you know that all the design courses have a length around 250 hours of compulsory internship, but normally any internship carried out in student condition can be till 12 months long, 12 months to be completed before graduation. The same happens now after graduation. It used to be 6, now it's 12. You can start a compulsory internship only when it is foreseen by your study plan. For any kind of other kind of internship, you can start it once you want. About the stipend, as I said, the allowance, before graduation, it can be paid or unpaid. If you go outside Italy, there will be some countries requiring you to be paid. Like France, for example, even if you are still a student, but it's just a sample. After graduation, in Italy, it is mandatory to be paid for an internship. Outside Italy, internships are not that used after graduation, but if they are, it is not said that they will be paid. Outside Italy, country rules are not that clear for internships, so it's hard to understand. Every time it seems it's just a matter of interpretation by the single company. Okay. Last, who manages internships at Politecnico di Milano? Your compulsory internships, so the one for CFUs, but also the non-compulsory ones taken before graduation are managed by your so-called SAT, so Internship Academic Structure, which means internship service of the school, which is on this floor, okay? After graduation, I will give you all the context and the details about this. After graduation, the internships are managed by the career service. It's me, okay, in this case. Anything clear? Any questions so far? No? Timing. First, research timing. When should I start searching for an internship? If it is on our board, please consider that companies are looking for an intern very soon, in about 1 month and a half. If you want to look for internships through personal means, through unsolicited applications, especially if it is abroad, the timing might go up to 4 months. So this is the range. If you want to stay in Italy, 2 to 3 months. If you want to go outside Italy, up to 4. It is not only a matter of timing, it's a matter of number of applications you're sending. 1, 2 applications are not enough. You need to send a good number. When to start internship? We have already said this. When it is foreseen by your study plan, so normally the second year, when you have requested to insert it in the study plan, when it is in your study plan, not before that, because you won't have it recognized. When to complete it, this is very important. You need to complete it well before graduation, within the day, which is the deadline to have your exams recognized in the study plan, to close the study plan and register for the graduation session. So consider this timing. Normally it is 1 month before graduation. So 1 month before graduation, you should have completed everything regarding internships, also recognition procedures. So consider this timing. It is very important not to miss the graduation session. Where can I take my internship? As we have already said, in firms, in companies, in institutions, in organizations, in Italy or outside Italy, but what is important is that the content is consistent with your study course. It cannot be something not dealing with what you're studying. That's the reason why before starting the internship, you need to have it approved by your internship service. It's a matter of content, of educational purposes of the internship. Beside the career service, you can use other ways to look for an internship. And these ways are direct contacts. Even the unsolicited applications we have talked before are a way to take direct contacts. Family, friends, but you cannot take an internship at your family's organization. Okay, so you can find an internship through your family, through your friends, but not take an internship at their premises. Or even if you're interested in an internal internship, so want to be taken in one of the laboratories of Politecnico di Milano, you can contact professors. In case you're interested in going to Europe for the moment, probably from the next year even outside Europe, for an internship to be taken before or after graduation, we have a program which is held every year in May, around May. That is the Erasmus Plus for Traineeship program, which is a public call, so you need to register for this call. Normally it's available for 1 month, and it works for the next year, for the next academic year in which you can take your internship. That is the link to find on our website, more information. Basically, they are financed internship in Europe, financed by the European Commission. And everything is on our website. What happens after applying? After applying, in case of our website, but even in case of your unsolicited applications, your CV goes directly to the company. We do not make any kind of filter between you and the company. So if the company is interested, you will be contacted via email or basically via telephone. So put in the CV a valid telephone number, not a foreign one, not one you're not using. The same goes for the email address. Now, you have taken your interview, maybe a Skype one, it depends. And okay, the company says, I'm in. What do I have to do now? No, you don't have to do anything at the moment. The company has to do something, which is formalizing your internship. That means asking Politecnico di Milano to produce the documents required to take a regular internship. So, you take the interview. The company question is, can you start tomorrow? What do you reply? What do you reply? Yes. Okay. No. The answer is no, because you don't have the documents and the insurance coverage you need to take a regular internship. In case any kind of let's say check to the company comes from the relevant institutions, there will be troubles for the company because you're there, but it's not justified. So before telling the company, yes, I will start tomorrow, tell the company, please refer to the career service, okay? But in any case, it takes maximum 10 days to start an internship. In case a company already has an agreement for internships with Politecnico, it takes maximum 5 days. Maximum. So it's not that long. The company can survive without you for 5 to 10 days. How to activate this internship? That is our website. Second label, about internships, companies section. The company, not you. Do not say, oh, I have registered the company. No, it's the company who needs to register. So the company has to register, ask for an internship agreement, and ask for an internship document of yours. You're not involved till the third step. You're involved only in the third step for a signature. That's what you have to do. The first and second steps, so registration and internship agreement, are to be taken only in case the company doesn't already have a registration and an internship agreement on career service website. In the 75% of the cases, the company already has. Okay, except it is like a startup or a very, very new company. Okay? Any internship started before completing the procedures, so before receiving the final email from your internship service telling you and the company, yes, you can start the internship from tomorrow, won't be backdated, so no way to backdate the internship, and won't be recognized. So, one of the reasons, beside the insurance and the legal ones, not to start an internship without the regular documents is the fact that you will lose time because those days won't be recognized, won't be counted to reach the 250 hours. Do you understand? Any questions so far? No? Okay. What happens during the internship? What should I expect during an internship? We have already said this. So we need to expect supervision from a company supervisor, training, not freelancer work, not remote job. Do not accept to work from home. Do not expect to send work done at home. No. Everything must be done at the company premises with your supervisor. The company must give you an equipped desk. You don't have to bring your own laptop. You don't have to bring your own programs. This is not how it works. Again, you're not a freelancer. If it happens, tell us. We will tell the company. This is not how it works. Don't be afraid to tell it's not working. Okay? If you don't want to tell the company directly, you can tell us. About the payments, we have already seen. It's a matter of like company decision, but you can try to influence somehow company decision. So you can ask company to give you something in terms of even of reimbursement of the transportation, for example. About insurance coverage, it works only in the days, in the hours, and in the locations indicated in your internship document. Everything outside there, extra hours, extra days, transfers not declared, that is not covered. That must not be taken. So if you have any kind of doubt, write an email to your internship service before taking extra hours, taking extra days, taking business trips which are not declared in your internship document. It's a matter of coverage. If anything happens, in these cases, we are not able to do anything. Okay? You're required to follow the internal rules. And one of the most important aspects is the secrecy. In case you need to write a report, or in case you need to write a final thesis on your internship, before writing anything, before delivering any information to a professor, to a commission, ask the company. Do not use their own data to produce something you might not be allowed to do. So secrecy is a very important aspect. If the company gives you any kind of tool in terms of programs, in terms of even, you know, USB keys, give anything back to companies. Do not keep anything unless it is yours, because sometimes it happens, and it's not that good to face these situations. During the internship, keep in contact with your academic supervisor. You will have one, which is the set manager, so the internship manager for your study course. I will give you the list soon. Do not be afraid to contact the academic, so the one on the side of Politecnico di Milano, for any kind of doubt you have in terms of technical problems or even in terms of problems with the host organization. This is your team, your internship team. So the internship service manager, which is Antonietta Leanza, she was around a minute before, but in any case, you find her in the internship service on this floor. You can contact her via the trouble ticketing system on the school website. So that is the way to contact your internship service, trouble ticketing, basically. And you can take even an appointment at the internship service in this way. That is the list of the internship managers, the professors, which will be your academic supervisor depending on your study course. You find them on the school website, the one you need to read, okay, as soon as possible. These are, on the contrary, the contacts of career service, which you need to use if you have any kind of doubt in terms of internship search, or if the company has any kind of problem in registration and internship agreement. These are the two parts of the internship formalization we manage. The other part, so the internship document, is managed by Miss Leanza. Okay? That's it. Any question? Nothing? Okay, a lot. Yes.
You organize with the organization, okay? So when you get to organize with the organization, the company, or anything else, but you have courses in the semester, they have to leave you to go to the lesson, or they can obligate you to go to work?
Good question, and very frequent asked one. So normally companies are aware that you need to take your lessons, take your examinations, and so on. So they do not give any problem in giving you days off. Probably they will ask you to recover them at the end. That's normal, especially in case of your computer internships, because you won't reach the number of hours foreseen in case of days off. But normally there's no problem. It's not a job contract again, so you do not have to ask any permit. Okay, just tell before, 2 days before, 3 days before, for like a matter of like work organization. Second question. I don't know who was the.
Thank you. I have a few questions. First one is, can we do internship in our home country? I couldn't see any this kind of information in your presentation, but we heard this kind of stuff, and I want to ask again, home country issue. And second one, if we have an internship in our second semester in our study plan, can we complete internship in holiday? No, not summer, February, before the second semester. And last one, we have a professional workshop in the design, PSSD design students. So if we add 1 week more in our internship, can we also complete the professional workshop?
Okay, about internships in your home country, I guess you're talking about an internship outside Italy. It works the same. So the page I showed you to formalize an internship, it's the one normally companies based outside Italy use. If you switch to Italian, then you find the one for companies based in Italy, okay? So it works the same. Sometimes it happens companies based outside Italy have their own internship contracts. So they do not require Polytechnical formalization, but we need to check the document before you start the internship to tell you, yes, it's fine, no, you need to step through our website in any case. So I replied to the first question, is that right? Okay. The second one was about the workshop, the professional workshop. In this case, you need to ask the internship service because they do manage the workshops directly. So ask them if you can switch the workshop to 1 week of internship more. Okay. Okay, February. It depends on when the second semester officially starts. If it starts in March, no, you cannot start in February. Yeah. Lei?
No, I wanted to ask, is it possible to start an internship as compulsory, and then when you finish, you complete the hours, convert it to non-compulsory?
Good question, and you designers always do that. I mean, you take the 250 compulsory internships, then companies are normally willing to host you for more time, and you activate a non-compulsory one, yes, for sure. Actually, it's easier because you don't need to take any kind of like pre-approval from the internship service, so the company doesn't need to take another registration, another internship agreement. It's just an internship document more to be taken. Other questions? There.
Okay, following the topic about the holidays, I was wondering if it's possible to do the internship during the holidays, because, to be honest, it's really tough to have like the studio, the design studio, and also the internship. So I don't know, I was thinking to have like no summer holidays, winter, like. Yeah, that's my. Yeah, that's another question. Like, if it's possible, I don't know if it fits for the first or for the second, because, yeah, I mean, you have to I don't know how to say it. Yeah, to work on your studio, on your school, which is really tough, and then also with the company. So for me, it's because I've been working for 4 years, so I know how it is. And I just wondering.
Okay, and in case your internship is based in the second semester, you need to take it in the second semester, no way. If it is in the first one, then you can take it even during the holidays. As if you put it in the second semester, you might take it in the summer holidays, so in the summer break. But in any case, it cannot be taken before you put it in your study plan.
I put it on the first semester because I didn't understand the plan. I can change it for the second, or I don't know.
Winter break is part of the first semester. Then you can, yes. Okay, I don't. I need to check the time before saying how many questions I can reply more. Okay, 5 minutes more, so I have time for.
I read somewhere that if you have. I read somewhere that on the PDFs about internships, if you have 6 months of work experience before, can you register it as an internship?
Okay. This must be asked directly to the internship service. It's a special condition. Normally, it is not allowed, but it depends from case to case. It depends on the fact you can show a real contract, you were not a freelancer, you were like an employee of a company, you can like describe your activities, so we need a lot of proofs of the fact that you've really worked. But in any case, this must be cited both by the internship service and by the professors. So the career service doesn't deal with this. But in any case, it's something which happens. Probably, if you read the school website, you will find the information about this. As far as I remember, we should have put something on about this.
After graduation, how long can we use the career service, internship service for?
Good question. I didn't tell you before. Our board is available lifelong. Okay, so in case when you're 70 years you decide you want to go back working again, you can apply for our senior offers on our board. So you don't need to stop using our board, no time, but you can use it as long as you want. Okay? I will start from the bottom. Okay.
I wanted to know that for the compulsory internship that I chose it for my second semester, if I want to do another one, like for just having experience before,
yes.
How can I understand that if it's a compulsory one or not?
No, the school
I just have to tell them. Okay.
Ask you before you started if it is the compulsory or none, you will say no. Now it's a non-compulsory. What is important is that after you don't ask to have it recognized as compulsory, because it is not possible.
If I put in my study plan the internship in the first semester, I can do the internship in the second semester, right? Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Is there assistance for master students without a compulsory internship?
Which master?
Transportation.
Transportation. Okay.
Yes.
You should find assistance at the Poly Design.
Yes.
Yes, they should assist you. But if you want to ask for a meeting, you can write to our email.
Thank you.
Yes. In any case, you will be able to apply on our board after your graduation from the master. At the moment, it is not possible, but if you find any offer you think it is suitable and interesting for you, you can write us an email. Yeah. 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 Questions more? Who wants to?
Hi. I need to ask something about the website, the career website. So when we go to our profile page, there's only one place that we can add our resume or portfolio. So should we merge them together?
Francesca will tell you about this.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sorry. Okay.
If you find a company, the company has to be registered in the career service? No.
No. The company doesn't need to be registered. The company must register after, okay? But it doesn't need to be a company inside our website. New companies are welcome. Afterwards, yes. Afterward, the company must take the procedure, yes. But it doesn't need to be registered before you take contacts.
How does it work about the double degree students? I mean, how can we search about the internship, maybe in China for the double degree program? And how can we search?
Okay, we have several internship offers in China for design students. The double degree students are able to apply exactly as other students, so you don't have any kind of restriction. The point is, in China, there are specific regulations on internships. So what we normally suggest double degree students is to ask directly to the university in China, because you need to be a student enrolled at a university in China to take an internship there, and the internship must be near the university in which you study. They have very strict regulations at the moment on immigration, on visas for internships, for jobs. So something has changed in the last years. So our suggestion is, okay, you can look for offers on the career service website. We have a lot of Chinese companies posting offers on our website, but since the problem is not only you are enrolled in a university, but it is the distance of the company from the university, leaning on the placements office of the Chinese university, it's something more useful for the situation. Okay.
I have two questions. The first is, if we have to develop the thesis as well, our supervisor will our academic supervisor will automatically become the supervisor thesis? No. We should choose it before the internship. And I know there is a financial support at the Erasmus Plus, if I remember well. If we had to do the thesis outside Italy, could we ask for that, could we apply for that Erasmus Plus?
Yeah, but you need to apply in the slot we have every year to apply for that. So in May, for internships to be started from October of the next year till October of the year after.
But if I have internships the next spring, I should...
Apply for the last call, which was in May. You were
okay.
all informed about the last call. We sent you emails. We took a lot of information for this. So you should have applied for the call before that, unfortunately.
So I cannot start my internship in January and end it in March? I cannot.
If it's not in the second semester, no.
No, if it's in the first semester?
Yes.
Okay, but I don't know, 3 months of internship, starting in January and ending in March. I can do it.
If it is put in a...
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. You cannot start it. You cannot start it before you have it in the study plan. You can start it after. If you do not manage to take it in the first, but you take it in the second, it's fine.
If I start in January, first semester, about 300 hours, I end it in March.
Yes, but no problem. If you do not manage to start it in January, but you start it in March, it's fine in any case. Okay.
Do you think it's possible to change our study plan now from the semester?
To change the study plan, please refer for any kind of didactical question, please refer to the internship service. Okay, guys, I cannot give you more, let's say, public time. I will be available there for 10 more minutes, so I will let Francesca start. Should anyone have any question, I will be there, okay? So you can come to the end of the class. Thank you. Write to careerservice@polimi.it for any question more, okay? Thank you. Guys, if you want to take 5 minutes break, then you come back, okay? We won't be calling you back, so come back in 5 minutes, okay?
Hi to everyone. Just break, finish. I just starting presenting myself. I'm Francesca D'Ascagno, and I'm part of the staff of Career Service. And I work in the assessment center. If you have the flyer, we can start to see where I work. Basically, assessment center is a space in which you can find me to have a check of your CV and have some information about professional orientation, how to find an internship, and other information of this type. So if you want to come to visit the space, you're free to come. And if you need some suggestions, I'm always available. To start, I would like to explain to you how to prepare some tools to find your internship. And so today we just talk about your CV, your portfolio, how to prepare a cover letter and when it's useful to have one, and how to prepare a job interview. I don't know if you have already a CV, a portfolio, if you tried to prepare yourself for a job interview. Have you? Someone, yes. Okay. So we can start with the CV and the portfolio. First of all, the CV. This is the first tool just to apply for open positions and for internships, so it's really important to prepare at the best this tool. So first of all, we have just to think about our experiences, because in this way we can just put everything that could be interesting for a recruiter. So first of all, we have to think about your studying and your previous work experiences, if you have experiences abroad, or your hobbies also, your personal interests, because it's really important just to give a complete preview of you. So if you have just to do a brainstorming about your experiences, and then we can start to write our CV. Here you can see the main paragraph that you have to put in your CV. First of all, we can start to talk about the layout of your CV, because it's really important to use just one-page CV with a clear and complete layout. Usually you can find Europass format, that is the most used standard of the CV, but today it's not so common to send this kind of format to companies. It's better just to have a synthetic CV, just in one page with a personalized layout. You can find some examples also online. If you just go to Google Images, you can find some information and just some examples of one-page CV, if you write just one-page CV on Google. Then, in our one-page CV, we have to insert this paragraph. Basically, we have to start with personal information, of course. And here, it's really important to put, of course, name and surname, your address, your mobile phone, your email, and if you have, you can put also the link of your web page, or if you have, you can put also the URL of LinkedIn, that it could be really useful. If you are in Italy, you have also to put date of birth, place of birth, and also a picture of you. My suggestion is just to prepare a picture just for your CV. So you have just to choose a picture of you with a neutral background. You have just to you have just a formal dress, but you can smile. It's not necessary to have a really formal picture like the passport one, okay? But just remember that about the picture and the date of birth, you have to add this information only for some countries. So usually are France, Belgium, and Italy. But if you want to apply like in UK, it's not necessary to put these two information, okay? Then the second section, it's optional, but I think it could be really useful in your case, because you can, in this section, put some information about you. So just what are you studying in this moment? And you can also add some information about your professional goal. So in this section you can put like, I'm looking for a curricular internship just to complete my educational path. And you can also add another really useful information connected to your availability. So if you want to start your internship now, it's better just to be explicit and indicate here that you are available from now. Okay? If you want just to do some questions, just interrupt me. Okay? Then we have the third paragraph, that is the one about education. Here you have to put the title that you acquired during your educational path and the one that you are acquiring now. So we have to put information from the recent one to the oldest one. And we have to put inside the Master of Science, of course, the Bachelor of Science, and then also the diploma. Okay? Here you have to put the period in which you are doing your Master of Science or the period in which you took the previous degree. You have to put the title of your master or your bachelor, and you have to put the place in which you acquired this title. So in this case, Politecnico di Milano. Okay? Here you can add other information like the final score about the bachelor degree, and you can also put another information about your project thesis if you want, just to put some details about your education. If you want, you can also put some information about the actual project, the academic project, but just one or two, not more, because we have just to stay synthetic in this CV. Okay? Then, if you have work experience, you can put a section connected to this. Only if you have done before work experience. If you didn't do that, you can avoid to put this section on your CV. Here, you have just to maintain the same order as education. So you have to put the period from the recent one to the oldest one, period, the job title that you covered, and the place in which you work. Here, in this moment of your path, it's fine also if you put work not connected to your field. So if you just do the babysitter or if you do like the tutor for private lessons, it's fine to put this information here. Then if you did or you are doing a training course, you can add a section connected to this, just to deepen the knowledge about you. So also in this case, you have to put the period in which you did a training course, the title of the course, and then the place in which you did this experience. Then, of course, we have to add also a section connected to foreign languages. It's really important to let the recruiter know your level of English, Italian, and other languages, okay? But here, it's fine if you just put the kind of language that you know, for example, English, and then the level that you acquired during years. And here, it's better just to put the level connected to the European scale. So from A2 or A1 to C2, because it's more objective than just say advanced or good, okay? If you have some certifications connected to language, you can put, of course, here, but I suggest you just to put the last one, and if it's recent, because the level that you declare, that has to be the same of your certification. And in this case, if you do not have a certification already, it is also fine just to put a self-evaluation of your level. Here, if you want to add also the certification, you have to specify the year in which you acquired the certification, for example, IELTS 2016. And then you have to put also the score and the place in which you did the exam. Okay, so usually it's like IELTS and then 7 in 2016 at British Council. Okay, this is just an example. Then it's really important to put also a section connected to the IT skills. Here you have to put just a list of every program that you know, also that you saw during university, and you have to put everything. Also the Excel, for example, it's really important to put everything, because in this way the recruiters can know everything connected to your IT skills. Here it's not necessary to put the level, okay? Then, last but not least, there's also the section connected to the personal interests. This is really important just to have a complete picture of you. So you have also to add this section, and you can put here some information connected to your hobbies, your passions, but also connected to sport, if you play music, if you are a member of an association, everything that you want to share with the recruiter, and everything that you want to talk about during a potential interview, okay? In this case, it's not necessary to put like period, what and where. It's just fine to put the main topic like sport and then a brief description of your activity, okay? At the moment, everything is clear. Okay. Then, just remember that if you want to apply here in Italy, you have to send your CV in Italian if the company just communicate with you with an offer and just on the web page in Italian. But if it's not like this, you can also send your CV in English. Okay? Then, at the bottom of your CV, it's really important to put also this declaration. This is connected to the privacy condition, and the European regulation is the new rule connected to privacy conditions. So if you have already prepared your CV, you have just to check if you have this mentioned at the bottom of your CV, okay? Okay. Then we can just talk now about the portfolio. I can give you just some brief suggestions about it. First of all, it's important this is just a main structure of your portfolio. Basically, it's structured in 3 parts. The first one is the introduction, in which you give some information about you, present yourself, and put some information that you maybe already put in your CV, okay? Like, it's important to put your contacts here. Then we have the central part that is the most important one, because we have just to present our projects and present our aesthetical approach. Here, it's not important to put everything, but it's more important just to select your academic or personal projects and put just the one that you want to show to a specific company. And more important is just to select the ones more connected to the sector that you want to, in which you want to work, okay? Then, another important part is connected to the presentation of your projects, because we have to put, of course, the title. Each kind of project is it, like if it's an academic project or a personal project, it's fine also to put your personal projects, okay? And then it's really important to put which role you played, for example, in a group project, because everyone has just a role inside a group, and it's important just to show yours. Okay, like if you are able to negotiate with the others, if you are just a leader, and so on. Okay, just think about it, but it's really important to show also this information. Then, of course, you have also to add a descriptive paragraph explaining the design concept and how you just prepare your project. Okay, but it's not necessary to write a poem, it's just fine just to add a brief description about it. Then, the final part, in which we can add some information about our personal interests connected to the design field, okay? Just to, also in this case, complete our picture. Then, how to send your portfolio? We have two ways. The first one, if you have a personal website, you can just share the link in your CV. If you do not have a personal website, you can also prepare a PDF and just put the link or the document attached in the email or in the form in which you just send your application. But it's not necessary in this phase just to print a lot of copies of it. Then, we have also another tool, that is the cover letter. The cover letter is not just used a lot like the CV and the portfolio, because the cover letter is important just if you want to strengthen your candidacy, but it's not something compulsory just to send your application. So if you want just to strengthen this specific application because you are really into this company and you want just to highlight your potential and so on, we can add also a cover letter and write a cover letter specifically for that company and for that specific position. So if we have just to send 50 applications, maybe you can write at the end like 10 cover letter. Okay, this is like a proportion. Here, we have just a structure of the main information connected to the cover letter. This is just 4 paragraphs that you have to insert in your cover letter, and usually you can prepare just a file on Word, in which you use just an half of the page. You don't have to write also here a long text, okay? And at the top of your cover letter, you have also to put the place in which you write the letter, the date in which you write, and the name of the company. This is just at the top. Just imagine your page. At the top, we have these 2 information. Then we have our text. At the end, we can add also your name and surname, your mobile phone, and your email address. Okay, this is just the structure. Inside, just the text, we can divide our letter in these 4 paragraphs. First of all, we have just to introduce ourselves and just explain who we are and our professional goal. So, in this case, for example, we can say something like, I'm Francesca D'Ascagno and I would like to collaborate with your company for this position or professional role in this sector, and so on. So we have just to explain something about us and why we send this application. Then we just arrive to the most important part that is connected to your presentation. Here we have the occasion just to explain better our technical skills, but also our soft skills. And if we just refer to a specific offer, we can just see and read carefully the technical skills required and the soft skills required. And we can highlight the ones that we have, and we can just explain better which kind of technical skill we have and when we acquire these technical skills, and which kind of characteristics we have that could be as the most important, the best candidate for that position. Then we have the 3rd paragraph, more connected to the motivation. So here we have to explicit like why we want to work in that specific place, not just for that specific professional role or for that sector, but we have to explain why this company. So in this case, you can just go on the webpage of the company and see the main projects that they do and value or the mission of the company, okay? Then we have the conclusion. So here we have just to express our availability to collaborate with the company and just to take an appointment to meet the recruiters, Okay, so if you are available from now, you can just say that I'm available just to take an appointment and meet you in person or something similar. Okay? And then, of course, best regards, and we can just finish our cover letter. So just remember that this is the main structure and the main information that you have to put inside your cover letter. The order is just to be synthetic in this moment, but you can also organize in another way the main information. But you have to put this. Okay? Everything is clear. Okay. Then, when we send our applications and we send our CV and then we add also a cover letter and so on, then the recruiters call back. And then we have our first interview. So, how to be prepared to a job interview? Did you do one before or not? Someone? Okay. So, if we have just to describe a job interview, we have just to remember that this is the moment, the first moment in which we can meet the representatives of the company and we can make us, let they know us, okay? So this is an important moment just to break the ice. So we can divide the interview in 3 phases. The opening phase, that is maybe the most important one. The central phase, in which they just do some questions just to understand better who we are. And then the closing phase. We can start with the opening phase. Here, basically, the first question is just, okay, well, good morning, it's a pleasure to meet you. And now, if you want, we can start to talk about you. So just say something about you. Usually this is the most, it seems simple, but it's not so immediate, because we have just to talk about us around like 3 and 5 minutes. So we have just to prepare just a little speech connected to who we are, our educational path. If we have previous work experience, we can talk about it, and we can talk about also our personal interests or our hobbies connected to your field, or that can highlight your soft skills, like during high school I play basketball, and through this experience I just learned how to work in a group, for example. So you can just balance your presentation. Just in one end, you can talk about academic and work experience, and in the other one, you can talk also about you in a general sense, more connected to your soft skills and your hobbies, okay? And this is really important because it's the first moment in which you can just talk about you in front of the company. So it's better just to be prepared to this, just to explain at the best your potentiality, okay? This is just the same that I already told you. Here, we just go on the central phase. When you just finish to present yourself, the recruiters can ask you some information just to understand better who you are and which kind of skills you acquired through your experiences. So usually they can ask you something like, okay, you talk about your academic course, but now I would like to know more about your hobbies. Or if you talk more connected to your work experience, they can ask something more connected to your training courses. So they want just to go deep to understand better your CV. Then they can ask you about your potential. So like in 5 years, where you can imagine yourself. Usually it's connected to, of course, the professional goals that you have. So also this one, it's really important just to think about before, because it's not immediate. So you have just to think about like a professional role that you want to cover in the future, and you have just to think also about the sector. So it's important just to try to imagine yourself in 5 years. So it's not so easy, but just try. Then they can ask you other information connected to your character. And one question could be like, can you just indicate 3 adjectives for your strength and 3 adjectives for your weaknesses? Also, this one is not so immediate because you have to think 3 and 3. Usually, you just could think about 2 and 2, but the third ones are missing because it's not immediate. Just to indicate 3 strengths and 3 weaknesses, also connected to some experiences in which you show this potential or this weakness, okay? And in this case, it's better just to think about before, like, okay, I can choose like, I'm a stubborn person as a weakness, and I'm really, I don't know, I'm really a positive person for strengths. You have just to think about before. In this way, you can be prepared during the interview. Then they can ask you other questions, always connected to your way to approach situations. So they can ask you about the time in which you risk more in your life, or the way in which you manage a failure, or these kind of questions. So the important part about interview is just to think about also 2 examples. So just think when or in which occasion you manage a failure, you present yourself as a stubborn person, and so on, because they can ask you example for the sentence that you said before, okay? Exactly, this is about concrete examples. And then about the sincerity, because when you have to present yourself, of course you want to be at the best of your possibility during an interview. But just remember that you don't have to become another person. Just be yourself during an interview, and do not try to shock the recruiter. Because you have just to be yourself, because in this way you can just be introduced in the company in a specific position right for you. So if you are a leader, maybe they can propose to you a work connected to project management, for example. But if you just present yourself just in a fake way to like a leader, maybe during work you're not so happy. So it's just better to stay yourself, okay? And then we have the closing phase. Usually, after all of these questions, the recruiter just presents to you the position and the dimensions that you have to cover and your responsibilities and the conditions in which you have to, when you have to start and so on. And after this presentation, they ask you if you have questions. My suggestion is just to have some questions, because in this way you can show your motivation. So just think about something that it could be useful for you. So if some information is missing, just ask about it. The only question that is not so recommended is in this phase, in this first interview, is just ask about money. But it's the only one. The other one are perfectly fine, okay? Okay, so thank you for your time, and I'm here for every kind of question. If you want some suggestions about your CV, portfolio, and so on, I'm at Assessment Center, Building BL27, Via Lambruschini, and I'm available from Monday to Friday, so basically always. So if you need some suggestions, I'm here, okay? Thank you.